This is Brian Anderson. I'm here with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke, our reporter, Allie LaForce. Here we go. And, of course, Moses Moody. Since he's out of the picture, the team will have to fill his shoes.
You never want to lose a player with his talent. However, for the guys in the locker room, they might not admit it, but some of them are going to enjoy new opportunities. The new roles and responsibilities might ignite this team a little.
Now here's Mitchell. Rodman with a rebound. Here's Curry. And the focus of both of these teams, offense. Doris, it's about putting points on the board in bunches.
A BA, it seems to be a league-wide trend in many respects. There's so much conversation about how skilled these players are, the range shooting that you've got to deal with defensively. I think we've got to redefine the definition of good defense because these guys are so good.
Basket's good.
When Curry can finish left, right, quick, he can quick shoot you, get you off your feet. This guy's so good on the inside.
Garland. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now here's Lowry. Pass to Rodman. The three ball. Gets the three to fall.
Hey, when he's hitting that shot, it really helps the spacing for this team.
And what happens is the court just opens up. You like seeing him get into a rhythm from outside the arc. Love it.
Here's Allen. Outside Garland. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. And they pick up 2.
And Allen is a problem from right there. This guy's so good at using his body and his touch.
Grant, the Cavs making the playoffs the last 2 years. A big deal in Cleveland.
Well, outside of years with LeBron on the roster, they hadn't made the postseason since 1998. But this group of Cavaliers are making their own history now.
Rodman, shot is good. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Outside Garland. The teardrop. And it's good on the layup. Garland's gotten his second bucket.
So many ways Darius Garland could score. That floater game is on point.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Ryan, Donovan Mitchell wears number 45 because that was Michael Jordan's number when he played baseball. Mitchell's father was a pro player, and Donovan said, baseball was my sport. I had my mind made up. I wanted to make the majors, but in high school, a broken wrist on the diamond caused his focus to shift. Ryan, I'd say it worked out.
Yeah, I'd say so. Thanks, Allie. And here's Curry for 3. Back to Lowry. Down low. Here's Butler. Outside Curry. They get it back. 1:33 left in the first quarter. Outside for Butler. Outside Curry. Here's the three. Drills it from deep. Curry's got 5 now.
Well, the greatest shooter in the history of the game. Curry, so good from deep.
Inside. And he goes in for the dunk.
He's been playing great, unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
And the lead just keeps changing hands.
5 times already, and we still haven't gotten out of the first half.
Allen outside. Oh, tries a three. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland.
Okay, Mr. Allen, I did not know the three-point shot was in your bag. Nicely done.
And there's a pick. Pass to Curry. To the inside. Out to Lowry. Lets it go from deep. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Garland with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Off target at the rim.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. Cavaliers ahead, up by 2.
The Cavaliers, 15.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
And the other thing I love, how they're making the extra pass. They're not settling for the first shot. They're going from good to great.
Healed from outside. And the rebound goes to Cleveland.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't figure it.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
The pull-up. And he nails the jumper. It's all knotted up. And Cleveland has possession. They've got the Rockets ahead of them next in Houston. That'll wrap up this short 2-game road trip.
Well, you gotta miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
Pass to McCain. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Okoro. Can't get it to fall. And here are the Warriors now. But Graham, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, BA, from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Healed from outside. Okongwu with the rebound. Here's Marion. Count the basket. Marion's got his second bucket on the night.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
To the paint. Jackson Davis. Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Onyeka Okongwu.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
To the middle. It's stolen by Kuminga. Healed to the ball. Guarded now by Okoro. They get the rebound. Pass to Jackson Davis. Kuminga with it. Jackson Davis a screen. Second shot opportunity. And the layup is up and in. And the Warriors leading by 2. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense, getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
They've also done a really good job taking advantage of miscues. Their defense has been stifling in this one.
Pass to McCain. There's a screen by Kuminga. A nice shot by McCain.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
And we've got a timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. The Cavaliers trail by 4. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Down low. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Well, why settle for the layup when you can finish with authority? Mr. Allen on the dunk.
Oh, swiped away. Here's Jerome. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point in the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Pass to Lowry. Shot clock at 6. Into the lane. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Podziemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Outside Strus. No good on the triple. The Warriors leading. In transition, here come the Warriors. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry. It's been a couple of minutes since they led in this game.
Oh, they'd love to change that here.
Here's Jerome. Pass to Allen. And here's Mitchell. Over Butler. And again, it's Cleveland converting.
Wow, splash it in from the mid-range, Donovan. What a pretty shot.
Here's Rodman. Allen defending. Yep, that one's good. Rodman's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Oh, what a pretty pass. Throw to the open spot. Lead your teammate perfectly.
No good. Would have counted had it gone. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Warriors ahead, leading by just 2. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Outside Curry. Launches it. Curry splashes it in.
It's so quick, and Curry's so elusive. This is what makes him such a tough cover, folks.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, the Warriors can be sloppy with the ball. Coach Kerr said, I don't mind turnovers that result from trying to make the extra pass. It's the ones that don't stand a chance to get through that bother me. If we just hit singles, we have so many playmakers and shooters that it's all going to come out pretty positively. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you. And there's the screen. Garland. And a nice finish on the layup. Garland's got 6.
Wow, they're really being taken advantage of defensively out there. No rim protection whatsoever.
Here's Rodman. 7 points in the game. Pass to Lowry. Green, a screen. Golden State needs to get off the shot. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And Doris, Cleveland looking to balance their roster, trying to make sure the pieces fit.
And that's been the concern, right, BA? Because there's been some positional overlap, particularly in the front court. And this is where roster construction truly matters in the league.
To the paint. Here's Marion. Oh, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Outside Curry. Takes a three. That's good. And so Lowry with the assist. He's got 13.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Tremendous effort from Allen, one of the top offensive rebounders in the game.
Outside Curry. Pass to Butler. Here's Rodman. Back to Green. From behind the arc. The shot no good. Cavaliers trail by 5. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Marion. And he bangs it home with one hand.
This guy is always looking to set up his teammates. Darius Garland has his head on a swivel.
Pass to Curry. Look at Chef Curry cooking it up inside.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
And it's Garland on the drive. To the inside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
This guy's is something Garland does so well. Excellent reading defenses, exploiting them in the pick and rolls. That is nice.
And it's Butler with the jam.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
Right side Garland. Back to Allen. Out of bounds. It'll be Warriors ball.
Basketball. Substitution on the court.
1:06 left in the third quarter. Here's McCain. And again, no good by Golden State. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Jumps up. Oh, and Mitchell powers it home.
How high was Donovan Mitchell? How pretty was that dunk? My goodness.
Outside heel. Pass to McCain. 6 to shoot. Back to Hield. Sinks the tray. Hield's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Here's Mitchell. A strong move by Mitchell inside.
They have no answer defensively inside.
The Warriors lead by 4. Inside. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Kuminga. Mitchell with the ball. Give him 8. On the wing, Strus. Towns for 3. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. Stephen Curry getting it done for the Golden State Warriors, helping them space the floor. 2 triples at
41.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. And it's Garland with the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 4-point game. To the inside. Marion. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's on Stephen Curry. look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors.
Well, you love their unselfish play. Keeping that ball moving, good shot to great. That's winning basketball.
And the other thing, guys, that they've been very effective at is shooting the long-range jumpers. The defense has been having trouble closing out to them in this game in particular.
They set the pick. Outside for Green. Lets the three fly. Cavaliers with a rebound.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Here's Mitchell. Mitchell down low.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Pass to Rodman. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. 5 to shoot. Back to Butler. Jimmy Butler, so smooth inside.
This guy making his presence felt. Jimmy Butler, the ultimate competitor.
And here's Garland. Pass to Marion. It's stolen by Curry. And the Warriors pushing it up now. Offensive rebound. Outside for Butler. The three. Jimmy buckets with the tray. Oh, boy. Looks like he was injured there.
And, man, this really doesn't look good. Just the way it happened.
Boy, it's got to be so frustrating for him. As hard as he has worked, doing everything he can to help his team, just heartbreaking.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle. He told the guys to stay after it inside. He said our play inside is terrific right now. He said don't lose any of that intensity. Stay strong down there. It's always nice to hear a coach enjoying his team's play. Back to you.
Allie, thank you. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Warriors. The Warriors lead by 5. Outside Butler. Pass to Curry. From deep. Back to Butler. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer off the mark. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Here's Allen. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns.
This guy does such an incredible job getting up and down the floor. Jared Allen's athleticism makes him a force in transition.
The three from Curry.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Yeah, they want this to be a transition game. It's where they've been most effective.
Yeah, they've had less success when they allow the defense to get set. That's why they want to keep pushing the pace.
There's a screen. Outside for Butler. Tries it from 19. And that one is right through the heart.
We know this about Jimmy Butler. The guy has no fear. He delivers when his team needs it.
Pass to Allen. Stolen. Now here's Curry. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Now here's Lowry. Guarded by Garland. Back to Curry. Fast break, Cleveland. And the shot is good by Garland.
How about Darius Garland? He's young, but he is fearless, folks.
Pass to Butler. Here's Rodman. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. To the middle. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. That's touched by Curry. The Cavs trailing. Now Garland. Now here's Okoro. Outside Strus. Back to Okoro. set the pick. Garland with the ball. Now guarded by Curry. Back to Okoro. It falls!
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Outside Curry. Here's Rodman. Here's the drive. Oh, he nails it! And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for the Cleveland Cavaliers. 26 seconds left to the game. Towns on a screen. Takes the three. Misses the tray. Here's Allen.
Good! Big Jared Allen outshining the bright lights.
Pass to Rodman. And Steve Kerr calls timeout. The pressure is on. And he's got a plan to share with his guys. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
Down one with just enough time for a couple passes and a shot. We'll see what they can do.
Timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. How do you think this is going to play out?
Down one with just enough time for a couple passes and a shot. We'll see what they can do.
Here's Butler. Green for three. Oh, that shot had a chance, but the all-or-nothing shot attempt is off the mark.
Driving too fast.